Shanti with Shanti and Shay. Before I start, because this is going to be a story time, I do want to tell you guys what's on my lips. And first, up under my lip glosses and lipstick, I have a Nivea, one of their lip balms. It's the cherry one, and it works so good. Like, it's so smooth, it goes on so smooth, and it's like it's not sticky or anything. It's just so wonderful, and it does like make your lips really hydrated. Then I have on this Forever Matte by Ruby Kiss. It's from like the beauty supply. It's like a matte liquid lipstick or something like that, and I like matte lipsticks, but that one is particularly drying, so I put that up under there. And then I have the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Tiramisu on over it because I like shiny nudes. So okay, so this is gonna be about the time that we got into an altercation at my nephew's first birthday party, and it is including my mom. So we were at my nephew's birthday party, and he's the one, and this is my brother's son and his fiance who lives there with him. Her family was over, as well as my family was over, and my mom and my grandma and my aunt and my little cousin, all of us, we were there from my brother's side, and then her sisters and first cousins and all that were there, and her mom wasn't there. So I guess, like, I was out sitting on the porch because it's summertime and it's hot, and I was out sitting on the porch, and I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend at the time, and we were planning to go to a hookah bar. So we were all talking about, oh, let's go to the hookah bar, you know, let's have a good time, and we were like just discussing all that stuff. And then, like, as I'm looking in the viewfinder, like, not the viewfinder, but I'm looking at the, like, the little square that's in the corner, and it's you. I was looking in there, and I seen like a lot of commotion going on in there, like behind me, and I turn around and I hear like yelling, just hoopla. So I get up and I go inside, and I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And I'm still on FaceTime at this point. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? And my mom is like hauling off into somebody. And I'm just like, what is wrong? What's happening? And I'm like breaking up, like trying to separate my mom and this other person whom I don't know who she is, because I didn't take the time to like introduce myself to people. It's just a long story. I just didn't take time to do that because I really wasn't feeling it that day anyway. So I was just like separating the two, like pulling them off of each other. And then we're like, there's just chaos. It's just complete chaos. We get like, where they were is like right at the screen door. So we were like inching out of the door because like the whole crowd is like moving towards the outside. So we're like moving outside, and we're at the screen door, and this is me, and this is like the other people, and there's the screen doors in the middle, but it was open. So they're like pushing us out of the house, and like my mom like flies off the porch and like rolls like a roly-poly through the lawn. And then I'm upset, like, who's hitting my mom? Who pushed my mom? Like, what is going on? What is going on? And one of the girls is like, who are you? F you, blah, blah, blah. And she like does like this to my eye, and I'll like insert a picture of what my eye looked like. When she did it, I'm gonna be 20 on August 3rd. And I just have to tell you guys this part. This is a little bit veering off. I'm about to be 20 years old. I have my own apartment. I do not live with my mother anymore. I work. I'm a pharmacy technician and a patient care technician, and I do not have time to risk it all over a sucker punch, if that makes sense, before I get to the rest of it. So she hit me, and at this point I don't even care like that I'm hit. I just want to know what happened to my mom. Like, I'm just so concerned. I want to know who hit my mom, what happened, what started it. And so I'm talking to the girl who was in the original altercation with my mom, and she is saying, oh, your mom, she tried to run me. She told me to stop like cursing, and she's not my mom, this isn't her house, I don't know who she thinks she's talking to. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just misunderstanding. She's like, she was all in my face, she put her finger in my face and she was yelling at me. So I'm like, okay. So I talked to my brother's fiance, whose family, you know, is starting this crap, and she's like, well, I don't know what happened. It just spiraled out of control. I'm like, how old is this kid? She's like, she's 16. And I'm like, and like, I know you guys are going to be like, whoa, like, and I'm thinking the same thing. Like, this kid is 16 and she's talking to, my mom is going to be 50 this year. A 50-year-old. You're like fighting a 50-year-old? Like, really? Like, who taught, like, who raised you? Like, where's your manners? So anyway, my mom ended up telling me, so like after all of this, I called my boyfriend back because I like threw my phone, and he's like, all I know is I heard, who hit my mom, who hit my mom, and I saw your phone like flying because I threw my phone, and he was still on FaceTime. So I called him, and I'm like, you need to get here right now, right now, right now, because my eye is bleeding. And I had no idea until I did like this, because I felt like a wetness up under here, so I did like that, and I looked and there was blood. So I'm like furious, and I'm like, I'm not about to fight this kid, because the girl who hit me was also a 16-year-old kid. Like, I'm just like, this is not happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, we're in like the suburban area. Like, I grew up in the suburbs. I really, like, I lived there for a long time, and I was in the suburbs at this point. And we all know that that is not a place that you want to get in trouble in. So I was like, forget it, and you know, it's over, whatever. I just want to make sure my mom's okay, that she gets home safe and whatever. So my brother takes my mom home. My dad pulls up, and he has no idea what just transpired. He's just looking around like, you know, like dad face, like, I'm appalled, like, what happened? And I'm like, this girl, she hit my mom. And the girls go home, and you know, this is the last of it. Like, they go home, I go to my mom's house, go to the hookah bar still, because I'm like all for having fun. So I went to the hookah bar, and then I came home and I took some pain medicine and I went to sleep.